Hi everyone, this is Dami Pelaez and I'm going to be presenting functional analysis. I am with ABA Exam Academy. All right guys, so as most of you know, we do have courses. Here is our schedule for our upcoming courses. We are having our next course on Wednesday, July 22nd from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is going to be on section J of the task list, which is intervention, and it is conducted by Yanisbel Hernandez, which is a BCBA. And what's included with the price is a 2-hour course, like I mentioned, by a BCBA, and I am on the chat assisting anyone that has any questions while she's teaching. We also give you 25 question mini-mock exam with an answer key, and then the explanations for those questions will be reviewed during the actual course, as well as the content for all of task list J. So all the sections of task list J will be reviewed, as well as all the questions from the mini-mock exam. After the course is complete, we do ask for you to give us some time, but we do send you via email a supplemental study guide, which is a modified version of the actual presentation. That way you don't have to take so many notes, because we do give you a lot of information. A lot of you here, I did see a lot of names, have taken the courses with us. So if anybody has any questions and you wanna ask them through the chat privately, or just to everyone, go ahead, do so. I did see a lot of names I recognize from the actual courses. All right, so if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm gonna go over the disclaimer. We are a group of credentialed providers. Our purpose here is to help you ace the test. The meetings that we're going through that are for these are specific for us to have discussions, to collaborate. If you guys have any questions, this is more of a informal meeting. It's a lot of fill in the blanks and a lot of talking and less instruction. If you want a lot of instruction, I suggest you go to our courses. The content that is here is from the BACB 4th edition task list. And then something that we do make sure is that I expect that all viewers and all participants are responsible to verify the accuracy of the information that's being provided, especially from these meetings. Some ethical considerations we do have is to refrain from sharing any BCBA test questions, any type of paid resources, specific identifiable client information, or if you're sharing any open resources, just make sure to give credit to the author. All right, so my references for today is the Cooper 2nd edition Applied Behavior Analysis textbook. All the information was taken from there, specifically from chapter 24, which is functional behavior analysis. My agenda is in this order. We're going to be first going over an outline, not everything on FBA, just on FA, but we are going to be going over just a rough outline. Then we're going to be talking about some AKAs, reviewing what is a functional analysis, and then the advantages and disadvantages. And then we're going to have, I think it's 4 to 5 questions. I'm not sure if it was 4 or 5 mock questions at the end. All right, so first things first, this is a section that we're going to have some collaboration. Who wants to participate? Anyone? This is just an outline in FBA, so if you feel comfortable with FBA, this is your time to shine. All right, so the first thing I want to know is, in an FBA, which is right here, this is my chart, my outline, we have indirect observation and direct observation. Under indirect observation, what is there?
Interviews.
Okay, so we have interviews. What else? Anyone else?
Questionnaires.
Yeah.
Questionnaires, very good.
Like a checklist, maybe?
Checklists. You hit 3 of them.
Rating
All right, so we're good. I'm sorry, Regina?
rating scale.
Rating scales, perfect. All right, so it is an indirect assessment. Under indirect observation goes indirect assessment, and then we have the structured interview questionnaire, the rating scales, the checklist, and on and on and on, okay? Under direct observation, we have 2 different things. Anybody want to be brave and tell me what those 2 different things are?
Preference assessment.
Functional analysis, you said?
Preference assessment.
Okay, so this is an FBA. We have indirect, we have 2 more that fall under FBA.
FA.
FA indirect.
FA, so functional analysis, and then the other one is?
Direct.
Direct what?
Observation.
Direct assessment, okay? So the first one we have is direct assessment, which is an AKA for descriptive assessment. What would you see under descriptive assessment?
ABC,
ABC, we have different kinds of ABC. Give me one.
I'm not really sure off the top of my head.
Okay, anybody want to help her?
So descriptive ABC data, sequential.
The sequential one, so that one is, there's 2 different kinds. There's an ABC recording, there's a name in the middle. Starts with a C. One starts with a C and one starts with an N.
Narrative.
Narrative.
So it's ABC narrative recording, and the other one is?
ABC continuous recording.
Very good, nice job. And the last one is not so popular, it's a scatter plot. Anybody want to tell me and be brave and tell me what a scatter plot is used for? Just off the top of your head.
It's to see when behavior is occurring at a specific time.
Perfect. So
Other
it's
than-
finding those
yeah.
patterns, right? For specific times.
Doesn't it also measure like the frequency of certain behaviors?
A scatter plot is more specific for looking at the patterns of behavior and the time. Frequency, we get into all of these measurement procedures and everything else, which is another section on the task list. But scatter plot focuses more on time and patterns when it comes, especially for groups. If you're in a classroom or if you're somewhere that has a lot of children or things like that, that's what it looks more at.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, then we have, like you guys mentioned, the FA, functional analysis, which is an AKA for functional experimental analysis. What goes under that? You guys must be thinking, what are you talking about?
Manipulation of the IV.
Okay, so we have manipulation, which is, what are we manipulating?
The independent variable.
Okay, and then when we're looking at an FA, what conditions are there? There's 4.
Escape, attention, tangible, and.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into them, but the functions are different from conditions. And this is something that when I first started studying, I used to confuse them with each other. But we have to get used to when we say attention escape, it's contingent attention and contingent escape. Because if we're saying attention and escape, we could be talking about the functions, which we're not talking about. We're talking about conditions, okay? Then we have 2 more. Anybody want to tell me the other ones?
Play.
Play. Anybody know the
And-
AKA for play?
Control.
Control, nice job. All right, and then we have the alone condition. Nice job, guys, that was really good. This was just a quick outline just for you guys to look at what is the whole FBA. I'm not going to be going all of that. I'm just going to be going over functional analysis, which is the 4 conditions and what an actual FA is. Okay? All right, so within this area, there's some AKAs. We're going to be doing that right now. I'm going to read the ones on the left-hand side, and you guys are going to tell me off the top of your heads what you think it goes with the ones on the right-hand side. The tangible function, what is that? What does that go with?
Access.
Access. Very good. All right, next we have contingent attention.
Social disapproval condition.
Very good. That one's tricky. Oops. All right, then we have contingent escape.
Academic demand
Academic
condition.
demand condition. Nice job. And then we have functional analysis. Does anybody know what's the AKA for that?
Experimental.
Analog assessment.
What is it?
Experimental analysis.
assessment.
Experimental analysis.
Is it both?
No, analog
Analog, yeah, analog assessment.
assessment.
Analog assessment. Okay, do you guys think it's both or do you think it's just one?
Ooh.
Because you guys are
It
back.
would be both, right?
Both. Nice job. So it's both. Functional analysis goes with analog assessment and experimental analysis, and then control is the play condition. All right, so we're gonna review what is an FA now. These are more of a fill in the blanks. We're gonna be talking, seeing what you guys know and what you don't know. All right, so what is an actual functional analysis? What is it? What does it do? Just tell me a little bit about it. Anybody that wants to say what it is. Anyone?
It's a procedure to conduct what is the actual function between the behavior and the environment.
Okay, and what are we doing when we do that? Someone mentioned it before. What are we doing with the variables?
Manipulating the antecedents and consequences. Very
Very good. That's the main thing. We're manipulating the variables in the environment. So an FA, it is a functional analysis in an FBA method that confirms the hypothesis regarding the functional relationship between behaviors and environmental events. Okay, so we're confirming that. If it's not confirmed, we're not doing an FBA. A hypothesis is what we get when we do the indirect assessment and the direct assessment. But when we get to an FA, we have to figure out what it is and confirm it. Okay? All right, so then we're gonna move on to the next question, which is, what are the 4 functions of problem behavior? This is what I mentioned before, that we have conditions and we have functions. They're different. Anybody want to tell me the 4 functions?
Attention.
Okay, someone said attention, someone said escape. What else?
Tangible.
Tangible,
automatic.
Sensory.
automatic, and sensory, they're the same. They're AKAs. Very good. All right, so attention, escape, sensory, tangible. Nice job, guys. All right, then we have, I'm going to ask you, we talked about it in the AKAs, but I want to see now if you guys remember. Anybody know the AKAs? There's more than one for FA. What is it?
I wrote it down: experimental analysis and analog assessment.
Good, good. And that's good that you wrote it down. If you don't know it, you will now. After today, you're not going to forget it. So you did it. So experimental analysis and analog assessment. All right, then we have, under functional analysis, we have 2 different types. Does anybody know the 2 names of those types of FAs?
Direct and indirect.
No, there's two different types of functional analysis. It's something a little bit simple. If you haven't studied it, you might not even think about it because it's something that doesn't just pop up in our heads. Does anyone know before I give it away?
Is one, sorry,
Go ahead.
is one descriptive?
No. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it to you guys. It's okay. I'm gonna give it to you guys. It's extended and brief.
Okay.
The extended one is the one that we're used to using, the one that we study, the one that we normally do, the regular FA, okay? This one is basically, it's what we know, systematically manipulating environmental variables in an alternating sequence. So we alternate until we find that pattern of behavior. And then we test each condition repeatedly until we find an MO and an SD that signals reinforcement, okay? The only difference between that and the brief functional analysis is that the brief functional analysis is for a short period of time. That's the only difference. And the brief functional analysis is only for a total of 10 minutes for each condition. So if you do all 4 back to back, it's only gonna take you how long? 40 minutes, okay? But the extended, it's gonna take you a while because you're gonna repeatedly do it until you find that it's happening all the time, and you're repeating it until you find that MO and that SD and all of that. Does everybody understand, or do you have any questions about this? Okay, if I don't hear anyone, I'm guessing you guys understand. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the actual conditions. Under FA, we have the 4 conditions that I said are different from the functions, okay? What are the 4, oh, I gave it away, okay. What are the original conditions of an FA? I gave it away, there's 4. Does anyone know?
Alone, control, attention, escape.
Alone, control. Remember, add the contingent on there. So it's contingent attention and contingent escape. Very good. Don't forget that part, that's important. All right, what is the 5th condition? Does anybody know? There's a 5th condition? What is it? Do you guys know?
Tangible.
Tangible.
Tangible condition. And does anybody know what it's used for? What is it used for?
To gain access.
Yes, very good. It's very self-explanatory, but it is for access. So a tangible condition, it's used when we suspect that the client's problem behavior serves the function of attaining access to a tangible, okay? Perfect, nice job. All right, what does each condition test for, okay? Each of the conditions are gonna test for something. They're not gonna test for the functions. They're testing for something else. Does anyone know?
Alone will be automatic.
Automatic what? You're very close.
Reinforcement.
Yes, nice job, guys. I love when you guys help each other out. So automatic reinforcement. How about the other ones?
Positive reinforcement for attention and
Negative reinforcement for escape.
Perfect, nice job. There's one more, but that one's a little bit more difficult. It's the play condition, and that's also for automatic reinforcement, okay? So you guys hit them all. The play condition is a little bit more tricky, but it's also automatic reinforcement. If you didn't know that, to either take a picture of the screen, write it down on a piece of paper, whatever it is that you need to do. Anybody have any questions before I move on? No, good. All right, so now we're gonna be doing some matching. Basically, I'm telling you guys what you guys do for specific conditions. You're gonna be telling me what it goes under, okay? I want 4 participants, okay? 4 different voices. I have enough people here today. I have 12 people here today, so I could have 4 people help me out. Okay, I'm gonna read the first one, and then someone's gonna tell me what that goes under. This condition tests for automatic reinforcement and serves as a control condition. Leisure materials are freely available while attention is often given. What is that?
Play condition.
Okay.
Alone.
So someone said play and someone said alone. Why would it be play and not alone?
It says control.
Yes, and it says control. And another trick, what else? There's another word there that says something else.
You're giving
Materials.
You're giving them what?
attention.
You're giving them attention, and you're also giving them, I heard someone say materials. So
Leisure.
you're giving them leisure. You're allowing them to play with whatever they want. You're giving them free time, freedom. So in alone, you cannot do that. So that's the basic difference between alone and play, is that specific thing. It's the control condition, and also that you're allowing them to access certain items, you're allowing them free time, you're allowing them attention. Okay? So yes, this goes under play. Okay? The next one is, this condition tests for automatic reinforcement. The client remains in a room without demands or social interactions. What is that?
Alone.
Alone.
Correct. Very good. Then I have 2 more. This condition tests for negative reinforcement. The client is given non-preferred demands repeatedly until satiation amidst problem behavior and demand is removed.
Escape.
Escape. Nice job. And then the last one. This condition tests for positive reinforcement. The client is given attention, and then attention is removed until deprivation amidst problem behaviors. Attention is then given and removed again repeatedly. What is that?
Attention.
Nice. Very good. Nice job, guys. It was very, very good. All right, so now we're gonna go over the advantages and disadvantages of an FA. I'm gonna need a little bit of help reading a couple of them, if you don't mind. All right, so we have advantages and disadvantages of an FA. Who wants to read the first 2 for advantages?
I'll read the first 2. The first advantage is clear demonstration of variables that relate to the problem behavior, standard to which all other forms of an FBA are evaluated.
Nice job. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to read the next one, and then I'm going to have someone else read 2 more, okay? Another advantage is it enables development of effective reinforcement-based treatment. Then for disadvantages, who wants to read the top 2?
I will.
Go ahead.
May temporarily strengthen the target behavior. May result in behavior acquiring new functions.
Nice job. Thank you so much for participating. All right, then I'm going to read the next one, and then I'm going to have someone else. I want to hear someone else's voice read the last 2, okay? So I'm going to read difficult to use for low frequency behaviors. All right, let's read the last 2 disadvantages. Come on, guys. Don't be shy.
Requires time, effort, and professional expertise. If conducted in a contrived settings, may not identify specific variables related to the problem behavior.
Very good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, very good. All right, so I have a few mock questions. Like I said, allow me to read everything, all the choices, and then you can either respond verbally, vocally, or on the chat, whatever you guys want, okay? All right, first question. In a functional analysis, each test condition besides the alone condition must have a blank and a blank in order for the client to emit a response. A, function condition. B, condition discriminative stimulus. C, motivating operation discriminative stimulus. Or D, function motivating operation.
C?
Did you say C as in cat?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
C.
Okay, someone else says C. I'm gonna wait for one more to move on. One more person.
Go with C as well.
C as well. Good. You guys got it, okay? Here, all the conditions except the alone condition must have an MO, like I mentioned in the slide previously, must have an MO and an SD to get the response, okay? And the SD is important just because we need to have some type of reinforcer. So it's gonna allow them to get that. If they don't get it, then there's not gonna be a response, okay? Very good, guys. And you guys need to practice the blanks and organizing yourself when you're answering mock questions. This is a very important skill. It's a test-taking skill. So this is a realistic question for the test, guys. Very good. You guys did great. Next question. In a functional analysis, the contingent escape condition tests for blank. A, attention. B, positive reinforcement. C, escape. Or D, negative reinforcement.
D, reinforcement.
D, negative reinforcement. Anyone else?
D.
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 So I have 4 Ds. Nice. And your latency was great. Yes, it is negative reinforcement. So you looked at those keywords. What does it test for, right? Because obviously the function is escape. So if I would have asked you what's the function, it's different than asking what is the condition testing for. So it's important that you look at those keywords in the question. Very good. Nice job, guys. All right, next question. The graph for your client's functional analysis has a spider web pattern. What can you determine from the graph? A, the behavior, that's an error. I'm just gonna tell you what it's supposed to say. The behavior is occurring across all conditions and the results are positive reinforcement. B, the behavior is not occurring across all conditions and the results are negative reinforcement. C, the behavior is not occurring across all conditions and the results are automatic reinforcement. Or D, the behavior is occurring across all conditions and the results are inconclusive.
D.
D.
I have 2 for D. Did you guys say D as in
Yeah,
dog?
D for dog, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
2 for D.
D.
D. All right, I'm happy you guys said D. That was very good. Okay, but I want to make sure I mention something. The reason it's D is because I put it is occurring across all conditions, okay? When we have a spider web pattern, the spider web means they're all on top of each other. All of the conditions are on top of each other, okay? That could be either inconclusive or automatic. But in this case, it's not automatic because I put the behavior is not occurring across all conditions. So someone can easily get confused between C and D if you didn't read carefully the 2 options, okay? But the answer is actually D because it's saying the behavior is occurring across all conditions, okay? Does everyone understand?
Yeah, I have a question. So if it said, like you said, if it said it's occurring in across all conditions and the results are automatic reinforcement, then that would have been the answer because it had been occurring in all conditions, correct?
Right, yeah. It could have been automatic reinforcement and it could have been inconclusive. It could have been both.
Gotcha.
Okay. But let's say they would have done it the other way around. Let's say they would have said for D, the behavior is not occurring across all conditions and the results are inconclusive. That would have been incorrect. Got it? Did you understand?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, next question. What are the original conditions of a functional analysis? A, contingent attention, contingent escape, alone and tangible condition. B, contingent attention, contingent escape, sensory and control. C, social disapproval condition, contingent escape, play condition and alone. Or D, academic demand condition, contingent attention, tangible and control. Take your time. Remember, organization is really important. So, and AKAs are super important too. Just a hint.
B.
Let's see.
It's B.
I said B.
All right, someone said B. A couple of you said B. Someone said C.
I said B.
Okay, anyone else?
It's not B, Lord Jesus, I didn't say B.
It's confusing because you know what? A lot of things are repeated here. So it makes your eyes go all over the place. And that's something when you're taking mock tests, you have to also get organized. I suggest everyone to use their whiteboard, like really use it.
The answer is A. I meant to say A.
Okay, so now someone's saying A. So we have A, C, and B. Anybody else?
A.
A, someone else says A. Okay, let's go for it. It is C. It is C. The tangible condition is not an original condition. Look at the question, guys. It's not asking what are the conditions, okay? The tangible condition is the fifth condition, which is not an original condition, okay? And then the other thing too is I have for B, I replaced alone with sensory. I threw sensory in there and I took out alone, okay? Another thing also, C, social disapproval condition. What is that an AKA for?
Contingent attention.
Very good. So right there, if we think about it, C has, the first one is contingent attention. Second one is contingent escape. Then we have play condition, which is an AKA for control, correct? And then the last one, which is alone. Okay? So this can easily, something so easy can throw anyone off just because number one, AKAs, and number two is organization. Okay? So, does anybody have any questions?
No.
Yes? No? Good? Thumbs up? All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for participating, for being here with me. I really appreciate it. You guys did awesome. Remember to like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. If you have any services that you need from us, you can go to our website, abaexamacademy.com. Remember, we have a course coming up. Or if you have any questions, you can email us, leaders@abaexamacademy.com. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.